This is any fort from my hand. That defeat may swiftly carry out thy command. So we shall flow river fort to thee. Continue my soul shall there be. In nome Patri Filii, Spiritus Sancti.
Who ordered the whoop-ass fajitas?
It's fucking stupid. Completely retarded.
Was that the best you could do?
Just couldn't,
Shh. Broke down the door, didn't you?
Spiritus Sancti.
Ding dong, motherfucker! Ding dong!
Fucking A. You said it.
What's going on, everyone? I'm a little drowsy. I'm on melatonin. I've been awake for like, I don't know, like I've been home for like, what, 2-3 hours, something like that. Waiting on Sleepyhead to get up.
Don't we?
So if I seem drowsy, that's what it is. But basically, I don't know, I just came across this randomly. I'm a night stalker and like a closet nerd. I'm real big on Dragonball, and we were stocking shelves one night and I came across like Oolong tea. And I really don't drink tea, but the name Oolong came, like, I was like, oh, Oolong. Basically, that's like a character from Dragon Ball. And he's like this little pig guy. He's a shapeshifter. He starts out as like a villain and ends up being like a main. There you go, there's a little picture for you. He ends up being like a main good guy, like a character. And I knew that like a lot of the Dragon Ball characters are like named after like foods and vegetables and stuff like that. Like they're like pretty much almost all the characters in general. I got like a list. I'll just name off like the more famous ones, but like Goku, which his actual name's Kakarot, means carrot. Gohan means cooked rice. Chi-Chi means milk. Yamcha means drink tea. Puar, you said that's like an actual tea, ain't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Krillin's chestnut. Corn is corn. Raditz is radish. That's some of the main ones. Vegeta's vegetable. But yeah, basically like they name all the characters after like foods and stuff. But Oolong, like I seen it and I was like, oh, there's Oolong tea, like Oolong, and I don't know, I just wanted to try it out. And we haven't done like a taste test video in a while. Like obviously we still cook and stuff, which I do think we should start recording our cooking more often, like we were back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like, yeah, we've cooked it 1,000 times, but we haven't made a video of it. You know.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the stuff that we cook in our cooking videos, we've eaten it and cooked it like 1,000 times, but it's like, man, we should like film this because not a lot of people just, sadly, not a lot of people just know how to cook, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know.
It's a dying thing.
Yeah, as crazy as it is. But we wanted to do like a taste test on Oolong tea. This is, well here, just a little background info of what Oolong tea is.
Alright, so Oolong is a traditional Chinese semi-oxidized tea. Also meaning black dragon is another name for it. Let's see here. It's, let's see. Produced through a process including, oh darn it, sorry. Withering the plant under strong sun and oxidization before curling and twisting them. And there's at least 2 different kind of curls and twists. You can either curl it into like a piggy tail, which makes sense why Oolong would be called Oolong, because he's a pig.
He's a pig.
And then the other kind is rolling it up into pretty much little spheres, balls. The term oolong was first used to describe the tea in 1857 by Shi Honggobo.
Which another thing, like this is a rabbit hole that I jumped down the other day. I listened to like 3 or 4 hours worth of like.
Yeah, I heard you were saying some of it.
Yeah, about oolong. But another reason they call it black dragon is like it looks like black and it looks like a flying dragon, like the actual herb twisted up and stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense. Hand me the mouse, please.
I don't know where it's at. I mean, well.
Thank you. Because it's a little too far to reach for it.
Yeah, you're good. I was just gonna use the actual thing and move it down, but the version we got, and that's why the opening is like the whole ding dong joke. The version we got, it's from Taiwan. It's literally the type of tea it is dong ding. It's a kai si, I guess is how you pronounce it, from Taiwan. Oolong tea. It's sweetened. There's an unsweetened version and a sweetened version. I wanted the sweetened version just because I'm American, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm not real big on teas. I'm actually like a big coffee guy, honestly. But there was a tea that I really liked. Like, I remember, I'll never forget. I was staying at my older brother's house, and this was like years ago. Like, I think I was probably like 19, 20 years old, something like that. And I was drinking like his homemade wine the night before, so I woke up like hungover as fuck. Like, I don't know if you've ever got drunk on homemade wine, but like it feels like a jackhammer in the back of your head. So I got up that morning and he was already up, and I'm like, coffee. And he's like, I don't have coffee, man. Because this was before he started drinking coffee.
Yeah.
It's weird, like he got me hooked on tea.
Yeah.
Not so much hooked on tea.
Yeah.
And then I got him into coffee somewhat.
Yeah.
So like he'd be texting me when he got into coffee here recently. He's like, "Oh my god, have you tried this coffee? Have you tried this coffee?" Like, I love coffee. He's like hooked on coffee, and I'm like, dude.
Well, you're good for that because you got me hooked on coffee.
Yeah, I've been drinking it for years. It's awesome. Like, cause coffee is a drug. It's an awesome drug, though, dude. And he actually got me into tea, man. And he had chai tea, which to me, like, for anyone who likes coffee but doesn't like tea, who wants to get into tea, that's a good one, because it's like a breakfast like tea. And I don't know, it just reminds me of coffee. Like they serve it sometimes with like cinnamon sticks. I think they make it from like yarrow or something like that.
Maybe, yeah.
Which he used to grow it in his yard and stuff. And the plant that they use to make chai tea is the same plant that they use for like divination.
Okay.
With the sticks, with the stems.
Yeah.
I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. But yeah, this one's from Taiwan. This one, I just served it cold. As much as I was listening, there's like tons of different versions of oolong tea, but I figured cold would be best. But the Dong Ding one we got, it means frozen summit or ice peak. And it's named after the mountain in Nantou County, central Taiwan, where it's grown. And it's a tightly rolled tea with a light, distinctive fragrance. So,
Yup.
do you got anything else in mind? We've already shouted that out. By the way, though, for anyone who is like a tea toker, we've made 2 other tea videos. It's literally, it'll be in the occult item playlist. It's labeled Fortune Telling Teacup Episode 1 and then Fortune Telling Teacup Episode 2. and we actually kind of get into, for anyone who just likes tea in general, check those 2 episodes out. But that's the color of it.
Looks like apple juice.
Slanty.
Hmm.
Or Kimpai!
Kampai.
Kampai?
Kampai.
It really doesn't have an odor.
No, it doesn't.
But it's not bad.
No.
And where it's sweetened, but it's not like super sweet like American tea.
Oh no.
Like
We drown everything in sugar.
yeah, especially in the South. Like
Yeah.
I'm from Florida, but we both live in Kentucky, and it's like syrup sometimes, man. Like our Southern sweet tea.
Yeah. It is.
But I don't really like tea, and I like this. To me, it tastes
Yeah.
like a sweeter brown water.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It
Yeah.
doesn't taste like tea. It's not bad though.
No, so I don't taste the tea. The tea leaves.
But when I was doing my research, kind of going down like this non-conspiracy rabbit hole, when I was doing my research, they were saying that this is really good for weight loss.
I
So
can see that.
yeah, anyone who's like overweight and stuff, this stuff is apparently like really good for it, which is why I'm not like getting addicted to it or nothing, because I'm honestly like pretty skinny already, so I don't need to be like anorexic, you know. But
Yeah. Well, they say a lot of different, and I don't honestly mean the teas that we make, not American teas, but a lot of teas in general actually tend to be very healthy and in some kind of health mean in some way. Like some of them are higher in the antioxidants, some are higher in other, like irons, and there's all different kinds of different things for what they're more healthy for than a lot of the stuff that we drink.
right,
And if we drink them in the more traditional ways, and again, I mean, before Americans said, hey, this is awesome, let's dump a whole bunch of sugar into it, it's just not sweet enough,
right,
you'll get more health benefits from it than our version. Our version, you'll just get diabetes.
right.
I mean, honestly, that's exactly what's going to happen. I used to make tea at McDonald's, you dump a whole bag in the bucket. A whole bag of sugar into the freaking bucket. That's it.
Do you taste any like hints of anything or
No, just the sweetness.
sweetness?
Yeah, I mean,
You had it had it warmer though, and you said you tasted like certain hints of something. Didn't
yeah,
you?
when it got room temperature, I could taste the tea. When it became room temperature.
Yeah. It's not bad though.
But cold, yeah, I can't taste
I mean,
nothing.
honestly too, like this price, like the price of this was only like I think it was like $1 something. But I mean, I had a Kroger card, so
Yeah.
I think honestly it's like probably around $2 even, and that's that Kai-C Dong Ding, you know.
Dong ding.
Ding dong, motherfuckers, ding dong.
Mhm.
But yeah, honestly, I'm a big Dragon Ball nerd, and I've, you know, ever since I found out that like all the Dragon Ball characters and stuff, they're named after foods and stuff, I had never had Oolong tea, so I was just like, well, I might as well, as a Dragon Ball fan, might as well try out Oolong tea, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I definitely like it. I like trying it.
Mhm. But I don't know, just here recently, like I like to go through the channel and look through the older videos and stuff, and some of the stuff, like a lot of the like cooking videos, some of the taste testing videos, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, just sometimes you gotta take the blue pill, you know.
Definitely.
I feel like if you do conspiracy stuff, like you gotta take breaks from it, and not that I'm surrendering. I don't want you guys thinking that like I'm
Never gonna
quitting
do it again.
conspiracy stuff. It's just like sometimes it's just you gotta live, you know. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you end up like Alex Jones, you know. And I don't want to be Alex Jones. I love him to death, but
Yeah, no. I prefer you not be Alex Jones either.
right. But we do have another taste testing video that we're gonna do.
It's a little fun one.
Yeah. And then I have, like I said on the last video, that I'm gonna do like a sub podcast, which honestly it's already a pre-recorded podcast that I did like months ago, but I didn't want to put it under Conspiracy Corner Podcast because it's literally just me hopped up on caffeine, just kind of telling like old stories of my life, you know. And I was like, well, I can't put it under Conspiracy Corner Podcast because everyone who listens to that podcast is going to go...
Expecting conspiracies.
Yep. So I was like, well, let's come up with a different name for podcasts that aren't conspiracy.
Yeah.
And we'll just call it Blue Pill Podcast. And I don't want you guys getting discouraged thinking, oh, Abe's taking the blue pill now, like, for good, you know. And it's like, no, it's just... It's pre-recorded. It's already recorded. It's just sometimes I just want to do videos on everyday normal stuff, you know, fun stuff.
Yeah. You gotta have fun in
Yeah.
your day or you're going to be a miserable person.
Right, because she even said, like, well, if we're focusing on Conspiracy Corner Podcast, should we rename the channel or start a new channel for Conspiracy Corner Podcast? And I'm like, no. For one, I've been on here for 3 years. And it's like, I just now got as many subs as I'm getting.
Yeah, which I mean, you can always tell them, like, hey, I
It doesn't
started
matter.
another one.
No offense, but they don't listen. I'm not trying to be mean, but... So it's like 3 years it took me to get this many subs. Like,
yeah.
that, and I wanted to just honestly put the main channel. That's why I always just left it Abe Williams, because it's
Yeah.
like...
You want it to be everything.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah.
And I put it all sectioned out in playlists. So, like,
Yeah.
I think sometimes people get on the channel and they're like, oh, this is what your channel's about. And it's like, go through the playlist.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's multiple videos sectioned out on different topics and subjects. And
Yeah.
sometimes I'm just a nerd. I don't want to talk about how 9/11 was an inside job. Sometimes I just want to do a taste test, you know?
Yeah.
Or go hiking, or, you know what I mean?
Yes. We need to do that again. We need to go camping, though. Just take a few days.
Well, I won't go
Okay.
camping, I'll go squatching.
Well, of course, you do that while you camp.
Yeah,
You do it
I'll,
with
I'll
it.
do squatching and campfire ghost stories. But
yeah, you gotta do
yeah.
both. I mean, you do that while you're camping.
Mm.
It's part of the camping experience.
well, then we'll have to go where there's like where it's like a Bigfoot hot
No,
spot or something.
I don't. No.
I just don't like
We need
normal camping. It's so boring.
No, we need to go to land. The land in between the lakes. Down there, there's a monster out there. Supposedly.
Yeah, and there's a goat man here in Kentucky that I plan on going to see.
Yeah, this is in
Goat
Kentucky.
Man Bridge,
Yeah, this is in Kentucky.
which would be a day trip.
Yeah. But
There, we have a bunch of stuff planned. It's just trying to find the time to do it, you know.
Yeah, I mean, for the camping part, we would have to ask off. And I would choose weekdays, honestly, just because that'd be a lot easier than a weekend.
But there you go. That's about it. What do you think? Like out of a 1 through 10 like scale, what would you give it?
A 7.
7?
Yes.
I give it a 9. And the reason I give it such a high score is because I don't like tea,
Yeah.
but I like that.
Yeah, I'm not super
Like,
big
I
on
could
teas
legit-
either, but
I could legit like drink that like normally.
yeah.
So for me, that's why I give it such a high rating, because
Yeah.
I literally don't like tea.
Yeah, I'm not very big actually on teas either. I've been trying different ones to find ones that I like. And this is one that I do like.
But there
It's a
you
good
go.
one.
Kai Si, Dong Ding, Oolong tea. You could sponsor us, Taiwan. Just give us free cases of it. And then, like, whatever I can't drink, I'll bootleg out the back door, you know. But that's all she wrote. Y'all have a good day. I don't know where the button is.